Okay, this honeysuckle bush that was right here fell down last night in some wind, and I had always started cutting it down in the past because it just got so big and it would drop a lot of seedlings or seeds everywhere, which would then grow into seedlings that I had to dig up. And so since it blew down in the wind last night, I'm gonna go ahead and finish cutting it down. I already started. And some of the most important things about a chainsaw is, see this right here? That's to grip the bark. So if you had like a stronger limb, you dig that in there, and then you go like this, and then you just keep going back and getting more, and so that helps you dig into the log. That's especially with a much bigger log, and so just use that to dig in, and then you go back. And another very, very important thing is to always stand beside the saw. You never ever put your head over it, because if it runs into a nail or anything in the wood which gets stuck in the chain and makes the chain stop, it will buck up like that uncontrollably and suddenly. So you always stand to the side, so if that happens, it's like this and not right into your face or something. And for safety gear, I wear gloves always, and I have eyeglasses on, but if you don't have eyeglasses, you should wear goggles, so eye protection of some sort. And I like electric chainsaws because they're a lot less trouble, but as a general rule, maybe they're not as strong as gas chainsaws, but they're definitely a lot less trouble. So I'm going to go ahead and get started now. Now another thing here that I forgot to do, which is important, is should have cut up from the bottom, because as the weight of this branch comes down, it's going to pinch the saw like it's doing. So usually you don't want to cut with the top of the blade, but when you have you want to make a little cut so the weight of the branch doesn't pinch the saw in there. So okay, so then here's this piece, and so now all I gotta do is just start cutting up all these little pieces. And while I'm doing that, you want to keep in mind to never stand over the saw. Always cut to the side of you, because you never know when, sometimes even a little branch like that might catch in the chain. So you always stand to the side of it. You notice how I was like this and like this. That's how you would do that, especially with a lot bigger branches. So a lot of these here are actually small enough that I'll just use some loping shears to cut these. And I'll just cut these bigger branches that loping shears won't cut with the saw. But I have to set it up on something, because you never want to cut into the dirt, because that will dull the chain in no time. There is a rat tail file that is sold where they sell chainsaws that can sharpen this blade. And when the saw is unplugged, for sure, you don't want to do anything when the saw is unplugged. You can go like that at an angle, and that will sharpen the saw. And you can see that the teeth are alternating. So just follow it. And here is the oil you want to add. It's called bar and chain oil. And when I finally get all this wood cut up, I'm probably going to put some of the wood pile. I've got a small wood pile out back for our fireplace in the house, which we don't hardly ever use. And then the brushy stuff I'll put back on the brush pile that I have for the birds. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. So that's pretty much how I use the chainsaw. There's not a whole lot here. I can remember at one time several years ago when I was a lot younger and a lot more full of energy back in the 1980s. I actually started heating my house with wood and would spend a lot of time cutting wood, and I don't actually miss doing that. I split it too, and you have metal wedges and a maul that you hammer the wedge into the. You need to have. I had like 5 wedges, but I remember one thing that a lot of times when the maul comes down and hits the wedge, it's like a jarring vibration, and that right away told me where the meaning of the word splitting headache came from, because you get a headache from splitting wood, and I know that firsthand. So anyway, I don't do that stuff anymore, and I'm not sure it was worth the trouble anyway, but back in the 80s when they first had the first few oil embargoes and people were doing that, but now I just cut up stuff like this when I have to. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'll talk to you later on. But this is kind of a different video for gardening in my yard, but I had to do this, so I made a video of it. And so I'll talk to you later on, and if you are willing to, or if you like to, please like my channel, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. So thanks a lot, and I'm going to get busy and finish this up. Bye.